For Jordan, we'll start right here front left with James.
Jordan, few things have a stronger correlation to beating Ohio State than outrushing them. And you guys did that earlier this season. You were really effective that day. What made you so effective, and what do you think you guys are going to have to do again to do that again?
Just practice the practice we had, prior to the game that whole week, and the execution. That's a big part. We executed in practice, so it was easy for those guys to execute in the game. The O-line, and they opened up holes for me.
Back middle, Matt.
Jordan, your workload has more than doubled since last season. How have you held up? How have you been able to get through a season and be so productive? And I guess the second question would be just how would you assess your play through 13 games this season?
I just want to shout out the treatment staff. The treatment staff keep me, they keep me ready to go. But also the other backs in the room, like Noah. Noah helps a lot. And as far as my play, I feel like I've progressed since sophomore season and freshman season, but it's still a lot to work to do.
Back left, Brett.
Jordan, as a running back, you have to crave, obviously, physicality and violence a little bit, hitting other people and the defenders. How tough has this week been or the last couple of weeks been, just not being able to hit another team, and how much are you looking forward to getting back on the field and getting to hit some Ohio State players?
Oh, yeah, we've been hitting each other, so, it is what it is. I haven't lost any, reps of physicality, if that makes any sense, because, Coach Landon does a good job of making those situations in practice. But I'm excited to play them. They're a good team, and I'm excited to get on the field with them.
Back right, Ronald.
I'm good. You just asked my question.
You have a question, James? Your hand's up. We're going to go front left, James.
What will it be like going up against Coach Locke again and seeing him and when the stakes are what they are in this game?
Yeah, it's always fun going against people but especially Coach Locke. It'll be a good matchup. I know he's gonna get his backs ready. And we're gonna be ready too.
Next to him, Zach.
You've obviously seen a lot of what Noah's gone through, both last year with the injury and kind of just getting back into shape this year. What's it been like kind of witnessing that, and how much does that push you kind of seeing what he's going through?
Yeah, Noah's a guy I looked up to, when I first came, when I first got to Oregon. So it's been cool seeing him bounce back, and bounce back as quickly as he did. And it's good to see him getting back to himself.
Back left, Brett.
Jordan, do you feel like there are any challenges that for you yourself as a player you've had to overcome this season, or is the running back room that you feel like you guys have done a good job at achieving this season leading up to this point?
Any challenges? I guess like my body part, but the coaches do a good job of taking care of me, and like I said, so do the treatment staff. And I have guys like all those guys in that room that can come in and do exactly what I do at any time. So it's pretty easy.
Second row middle, Aaron.
Looking at after those first two games of the season, how much your confidence, not just you, but the entire offense, how much your confidence has grown. How much, or what role do you think your confidence has played in your success so far this season, and how much more confident are you now heading into the biggest game of the season?
Yeah, it's played a big part. It helps me with decision making and things like that. But it's important to be confident in what you do. So it's important to practice how you want to play. That's where I get that confidence from, the practice.
Front left, James.
Have you made a decision about what you'll be doing next season?
No.
Matt, did you raise your hand? Back middle, Matt.
Jordan, you came in with Josh. Can you just speak to his development at left tackle and just how he's performed and his importance to this team this season?
Yeah, he dominates people on the edge, and he's been doing that since freshman year. I always thought he was, one of our best linemen on the field at all times, and especially now he's the best on the field at all times. So he dominates people, and he's grown in literally every single way that you can imagine. So that guy works his ass off. So.
Second row left, Eric.
At Oregon Media Day back in August, you talked about having more you wanted to kind of show on the field. Can you take us through maybe what you've put on the field this year, and if you're kind of pleased with what you've done and shown it all?
Yeah, I still, I still want to show some more things, but I feel like I've caught the ball a little more this year. Like I said, I wanted to do. I feel like I've had a few runs where I've gotten to open up a little bit, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
We're gonna go to the Zoom. Scott Reed, if you can unmute yourself.
Hey, Jordan, you talked a little bit about Noah Whittington and how much he's helped you. How much how valuable has it been in the second half of the season? He's had a lot more carries in the second half of the season than he did in the first half of the season. And how does that kind of help you stay fresh so that you can be even better heading down the stretch?
Yeah, like you said, it helps me stay fresh. No one wants to. We're not in the bell cow days no more. So no one wants to be the main back. So it's just always good to have a guy that can spill you, whenever you need. And Noah does a good job of that.
Dan Hope.
Jordan, what are the biggest differences you've seen in Ohio State's defense, what they've done since they've played you than when they were going into playing you first time?
Yeah, they do a little bit of the same thing. They have a little bit difference to them, but those guys are who they are. They're physical. They fly to the ball. It's hard to beat a team like that, and then those guys do a good job of what they do.
Scott, another question?
Yeah, I do. So other people have talked about it the second half of the season, especially after the first two games. Offensive line has gotten a lot healthier and a lot better depth out there. How much has that helped from your perspective, just having guys that you can trust in front of you, making those blocks and opening those holes for you?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like I said earlier, it makes my decision-making process that much faster, knowing that those guys are gonna be where they're supposed to be. Those guys are gonna be on where they're supposed to be, and through the season we've built a great connection with each other and trust in each other to know that we're gonna all do our job and our assignment.
Front left, James.
I hope this is a somewhat fun off the field question, Jordan, but Kyler's girl, Lucy, designs a lot of the stuff for all your girlfriends and everything.
Yeah.
So when you guys talk about connection, how about connection off the field, and how important is it that the girls all get along and have
Yeah.
that connection, and she's designing clothes for
Yeah.
Maya and the rest of the girls?
Yeah, connection is it's a huge piece. That's why Coach Landon talks about it so much. But I feel like connection off the field and like outside of the building is more important than being here, because you have to be here. You don't have to go hang out with your buddies, off the field. But I think it's important that, and I think it's a good thing that all of our girlfriends are involved. With each other, they all get along. That helps us. That helps us in ways that they can't even imagine.
Any more questions for Jordan? All right. Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you.